And it's time for more Death Stranding. Before we disembark, we have new interviews. Necrosis and the ancient Egyptian view of life and death. The Egyptians believed that we humans were composed of two elements, the Ha and the Ka, the body and the soul. Various texts expound upon their nature in detail, but perhaps it is simplest to conceive of them as follows. The soul is that which joins with the child in the womb and gives life to the body. It is also that which departs the body upon death. Ergo, the body is simply a vessel. Should the soul return to it, it will live again. This is precisely what is observed in near-death experiences, a soul separated, albeit briefly, from its body. The Egyptians believed death not to be an instantaneous change of state, but a process by which the soul moves from one realm to another. But this process itself has changed thanks to the Death Stranding. In the normal order of things, when death occurs, the soul vacates the body and passes into the seam. From there, it transitions to the beach, and only then onto the world of the dead. But after Death Stranding, a soul that has already made its journey to the beach may attempt to return to its body in this world. It was hard to believe at first, but the process of necrosis provided proof of this phenomenon that was difficult to deny. This is why it is imperative that we burn the bodies of the dead. The body must be destroyed to sever the link with the soul. Only then will the soul be free to journey to the world beyond. Chiral symmetry. The word chiral comes from the Greek chair, meaning hand. Compare your left with your right. They seem similar in both size and shape, yes? Now face your palms away from you and place one hand over the other. Their shapes do not overlap exactly, but place your palms together and voila, a match. It is as if one hand is the mere image of the other, but again, if you were to actually compare the mere image of your hand to itself, we would see that the two are not identical. This is the essence of chirality, the state in which the mere image of a shape does not match the original. It has been theorized that BTs are mere images of ourselves. Were we to exist in the same point in time and space, our shapes, as it were, would not overlap neatly onto one another, save in reflection. And when our particles meet their opposites, a void-out occurs. The new form of communication we have devised utilizes beaches, which are akin to mirrors reflecting this world and the other, hence the term chiral network. Chiralium. You would like to know more about chiralium? Well, wouldn't we all? I'm happy to present the latest theories, but you must be aware that this is all that they are. Theories. Chiralium, like dark matter, was born along with our universe, and has existed ever since. Just not in a dimension we were able to perceive. Until now, it is the beach that gives us access to that dimension, and with it, knowledge of chiralium's existence. Not just knowledge of it, of course. We have since observed it coalescing into crystalline form and recorded measurable physical and mental effects on individuals exposed to it. It has reshaped our understanding of reality and proven instrumental in the formulation of the multiverse theory of beaches. Chiral matter is not affected by the passage of time. As far as these particles are concerned, none has elapsed since the Big Bang. Little wonder they escaped our notice for so long, until man and BT first came together in Void-Out and left nothing but chiralium in their wake. Many of these claims are yet to be verified, but I believe that this is a fair summary of the scientific community's current consensus on the matter, no pun intended. I shall soon be heading west with the first expedition, and I look forward to learning more about chiralium and its connections to the beach along the way. Mama, the Chiral Network 1. So the core infrastructure is complete. The basic Cupid-ready chiral network setup is good to go. Now all we have to do is connect Central Knot City to Capital and prove that it actually works. Sadly, I won't be here to see it. I've been assigned to the expedition team's second group, so I'll be heading west with the others. But the people in charge here are the best of the best. They'll have the network operational inside of 3 years just as planned. I'm sure of it. And while they're seeing to that, we'll be visiting towns and whatnot across the country and putting the facilities in place for when things are finally up and running. Amelie and the others in the lead group will be forging the connections and laying the groundwork to make sure everything goes to plan. Afterwards, we'll just need to link it all up with operational Cupids, and that should be that. Heh. It's kind of like the Apollo missions back in the day. They used a 3-stage rocket to get to the moon, right? Well, we're using a 3-stage process to do something almost as revolutionary. Bridges staff, Benjamin Hancock. Distribution center west of Capital Knot City. 2 years ago. It's been about a year now since we came here with the rear guard. The first folks through did us the favor of setting up the chiral relay and patching things up before we arrived, so we're doing all right. Not sure about everyone else, though. Folks back home sound kind of freaked out. We don't know what's going on in Central or Capital, let alone how Amelie and the others who kept heading west are doing. But something doesn't feel right. What's more, a lot of the guys have developed some kind of agoraphobia, like the thought alone of going outside scares the shit out of them. See, the distro centers and way stations around these parts here aren't like the ones back east. They're much more isolated, out in the middle of nowhere. Can't help but feel cut off from the world. And there's not a lot of staff on hand neither, which means you often have to do the work of 2 guys, which can make it that much lonelier too. And then you factor in the terrorism rumors. Also, is it just me? Or does it feel like there's more mules out there these days? Don't get me wrong, I know they're not out to get us. All they want is our cargo, right? Well, that doesn't change the fact that they're not making our work any easier, especially since a lot of these guys used to be first-rate porters and could run rings around us if they hadn't, you know. Still, for now, the network systems are up and running, and we're just holding out for the day when the second expedition comes through with a working Cupid. Till then, we'll keep things chugging along. That much we can do, for Bridges in the country, am I right? Quick check to see if there's anything in our private room. And of course, our ritual of loading up on energy drinks. Nothing for us here. Let's be on our way. I did find a suggestion for dealing with the mouse, but it looks like we don't have the issue currently.
We've added a bridge schematic to your PCC. The first step is laying the foundation, after which you'll have to supply additional materials to finish the job. Plenty of rivers and canyons could do with a good bridge, you know. Take a stroll across one you built yourself, and I guarantee you'll be glad you made the effort. Give it a try.
So to make a bridge, we're going to need 800 metals. We already have a PCC. Can also make boots, but we have plenty of those. Oh, we have a mission to go. Build a bridge. Let's go ahead and do that. And we also... Maser gun recommended. Okay. We don't know what that is, so we'll wait for that. Then let's just go build this bridge first, and then come back for the wind farm. Select. And we just hold A to accept. So we need a PCC for the bridge, and we need enough metal. It gave us 400. I thought we needed 800.
Order assigned.
Ooh, we're feeling it. I'm probably better off not carrying all this weight if I don't need to.
Your private locker can be used to store cargo and the like.
We'll be coming back here, so... Oh, hey, we have a private grenade. I definitely want to try that out if we encounter BTs. We'll go ahead and do that for now. I don't think we need this many repair sprays. One is always good to have. And one ladder. How many boots do we have? So we have bridge boots as well as mule boots. I think we only need one spare pair of boots. I think we'll be fine. They don't wear very quickly. So we have a spare. One climbing anchor, one ladder. There's not much that we can do about the weight, unfortunately. All that metal is just weighing us down. The sooner we get over there and finish this bridge, the better.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey. Okay, Sam. Make your way to the designated construction area for the bridge. The foundation should already be in place. With your help, we'll have the thing finished in no time.
Ah,
There should be a terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional materials.
we don't even need to build the bridge.
Restrictions lifted.
That's why they only gave us 400 metal. Still foggy and overcast.
Sam, looks like you found the site. There should be a terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional materials. Bravo, Sam. That bridge should make life easier for a lot of people. You can be sure that every traveler and porter who passes that way will put it to good use. Keep an eye out for other spots that could do with another well-placed bridge.
So some of these items are added by the NPCs, and some of them are added by other players. Is there any point in liking it? Nope. I'm not sure.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
So 800 metal, that's really expensive.
Decontaminating suit.
At least at our current rate
Sam Porter
of getting
Bridges.
metals. I'm not sure I would want to build a bridge unless I knew I was going to be using an area a lot. And we should probably listen to briefings when we accept missions.
Did you see the ridge to the east of the distro center? Well, up top is an old decommissioned factory. Abandoned, we thought. Until we spotted mules making themselves
That's not the
at
one. This is the one.
Now, you've done a fine job expanding the Cairo network. But to make the most of it, we'll need to generate more power. We'll have to make a few hops before we can link up the closest city, too. Once this wind farm is part of the Cairo network, we'll be able to route the energy it generates through the beach. Unlike traditional transmission methods, nothing is lost. We can provide power to distant regions and utilize facilities there as electrical substations. You're to deliver a key component. Should be finished printing. Take it to the wind farm and get us in business.
I'm not going to print anything. We already have some in storage. I want 1 PCC. We've got 3 climbing anchors. Those are pretty heavy. And 1 ladder. So if we had another 5 pounds, we're going to be over half our weight. So I think I just want 1 more ladder instead of a climbing anchor. Oh, we can see our private locker. And we have 1 cargo repair spray.
Order assigned.
Those are pretty lightweight. I don't think there's much reason to not just take all of the ones that we have. Container repair spray. Okay. To the wind farm.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey. Keep on keeping on. Safe travels. Weapons restrictions lifted.
If nothing else, we at least will get 1 usage out of this bridge. I would like to not see the tooltips anymore when I've already seen them. But if I disable them, it's going to... I'm worried we're not going to see tooltips for new things that I do want to see. Oh yeah. We'll check our mail. cargo condition and your porter grades. How's BB doing, Sam? I hope you've managed to avoid autotoxemia altogether. By the way, I've been wondering, how are your porter grades these days? Getting better and better, I imagine. Or maybe you don't really care about that stuff? Well, in case you do, I thought I might give you a quick primer since I know it can be confusing. Bridges has developed a unique system to evaluate porter performance, and it focuses on 5 categories: cargo condition, delivery volume, speed, bridge link, and miscellaneous. Obviously, the aim of the game is to get high grades in all 5 categories. If you ask me, though, you should prioritize cargo condition. I mean, what's the point of lugging something halfway across the continent if it's smashed to bits in the process? Sure, some people aren't all that bothered. Some will even let you get away with up to 50% damage or so, but come on. Imagine if you ordered a dozen thingamajigs and half of them were delivered broken. No, it's definitely better to put condition first. Treat your cargo with care and respect, and you'll be rewarded with way more likes. Trust me. That was my motto back when I was a porter. It wasn't always easy, as you can imagine. Sometimes things got dicey, but I learned to hang in there and deliver my cargo in one piece. You'd do well to bear that in mind, Sam. After all, you've got the potential to be a way better porter than I ever was. Thanks, Benjamin. It is still showing us that tooltip. Thank you. These feel pretty aggressive. Are these?
There we go. There we go.
Sandalweed. This is going to way station west of Capital Knot City. Where's that? Oh, that's all the way over there. Anyway, I think it's better if we pick this up on our way back, or there's going to be a post box, so we can deliver it there. We're going to be close to overweight. I don't know how much of this sandalwood I really need.
There we go.
Sandalweed. So that metal over there, we can't just take it to a post box because it's not lost cargo. We'd have to take it all the way back to a distribution station. So we have wind as well.
There we go.
And I see some sort of green aura. I don't know what this is.
There we go.
We're getting pretty heavy.
That was close.
My whole body tenses up
There we go.
when he starts to fall. Okay. Something that's happening is when he has something in his hand, pressing L doesn't actually always shift the weight. Let's be rid of these. Much better. How's our cargo doing? Container damage, so 5%. We spent about 5 minutes, probably less in the rain. So it's not a huge concern. Well, that's tempting. But again, we'd have to turn around because we're not carrying that with us. So we'll get that on the way back if we manage to remember. This looks like a perfect spot for a rope. Climbing anchor. Insufficient. It was blue for a second. Why is it? Oh, fine. I won't put it on the log. Some lovely rain sounds. Where are those BTs? Slow and steady. I don't think the BTs move. So far, I haven't seen them moving. Oh. So we're gonna go in between these two if we can. Just go ahead. Hold my breath. And we're spotted. So now we haven't actually been caught yet. And we'll see what happens. Matching X as much as I can. Ah, I got spotted again. So I'm not in the clear. Oh. This is not the way to do this.
Beginning scan.
Let's try to soothe.
You're cleared of BG territory. Your BB stress levels are increasing. Remember, if it suffers an autotoxemic attack, it won't be able to help you detect BTs. To keep it calm, avoid sudden movements and stay as far away as you can from BTs and other threats.
So I completely failed to sneak past the BTs in that section. I guess I underestimated their detection radius, or I ran into one that I didn't see. I ran into a few, actually. I have trouble seeing them. And I think that's kind of the point.
Someone's happy.
But it's okay. Well, we'll see what our cargo condition is like when we get here. We'll see the bad news. I fell once and I got stuck in the muck. So we'll see how much damage that does. Actually, why don't we check before we deliver it? 12% damage. So if we use this spray, how does that work? If we want to repair this cargo. Container. Whip. Aim and spray. Aim. We can spray forward or backwards. So I sprayed 10 units. And it's set 12% and 23. Let's try this. Ah, no, I did not want to do that. I was trying to press L to bring out the spray. Okay. Let's... Oh, it tells us that it's fully restored. Great. Condition fully restored. So does that mean the actual condition, or does that mean the container? It's just the container damage. So that's the trick with the container repair sprays. It doesn't repair the damage to the actual unit. It only repairs the container. That's good to know. It seems like it acts like a kind of armor. The container's like a kind of armor, and then the thing inside is what we get penalized for.
Delivering cargo.
So there really wasn't much of a point of doing that.
With this unit, we should be able to power the distro center via the chiral network. Other places too, if it works.
Other than
Here's hoping
learning.
the UCA can put our electricity to good use. Mind if I have a look? Incredible. How'd you get this here? You fly?
So maybe we got a few less likes for the damage? Or do we just get a flat 90 if it's less than 50% damage? Maybe on the next screen the damage comes into play. I have to say, it doesn't really seem like it mattered that it was damage, other than the fact that it was below 50% damage.
All we need now is a connection to the chiral network. Go for it.
Network bandwidth is a limited resource, and every structure you build consumes it. However, as you increase your connection level, the bandwidth available to you will increase as well.
Supply requests and bridge links. Standard orders. Trust cargo garage. Ah, okay. So the map fills in once we restore the chiral network coverage to this area, and we can see where BTs are and other things.
About time we did our part. Thanks again. You know, I heard the rest of your team was wiped out. Makes what you're doing all the more incredible. You're a one-man expedition. I hope Amelie's doing as well as you. Wonder if she made it to Edgenot City yet. It was her that put us in charge of the wind farm. I was with the group bringing up the rear while Amelie led the way. I've never met her in person, but it was an honor to travel with her all the same. When you see her, feel free to tell her I said so, huh?
Sam, got a moment? I ran an experiment with your blood. It seems you were onto something. After dispersing an aerosolized sample of your blood in BT territory, we observed reduced activity. While this is hardly definitive, as we have no other repatriates to whom we can turn for additional testing, it does suggest that the bodily fluids of repatriates are repellent to BTs. Mama had the idea of developing a weapon to test this theory. The prototype should be ready soon, and when it is, we'd like you to test it.
Sam, this is the perfect opportunity. We've almost got the whole region on the chiral network. All that's left is Port Knot City. Return to Capital Knot City so you can pick up relief supplies for Port Knot. By the time you arrive, we can give you the completed prototype in person. One other thing. It's not very often porters get out to that wind farm. While you're there, you should pick up any outstanding orders. No sense coming all the way back here empty-handed if there's work to be done. Have a look at that delivery terminal.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
And I realized we didn't use our new weapon. Thought we had a, yeah, EX grenade. So we'll need to try to do that next time. And I have a feeling we're going to be trekking back through BT territory, so I think that's going to do it for this episode. And I'll see you next time with more Death Stranding.